Diogo Dalot makes damning admission after first post-Erik Hag Man United win. Diogo Dalot has admitted Manchester United were more determined to score during their 5-2 win over Leicester on Wednesday than they have been previously. United put the Foxes to the sword at Old Trafford in the EFL Cup with goals from Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes and Alejandro Garnacho sealing a quarter-final spot. The result came just days after Erik ten Hag's departure as manager, with Ruud van Nistelrooy taking interim charge ahead of the expected appointment of Ruben Amorim. Although it was a cup match against a rotated Leicester team, United appeared far more free in attack with their 5 goals more than they have managed in their last 5 domestic games combined. Speaking after Wednesday's match, Dalot, who was guilty of missing a golden chance in Sunday's 2-1 loss to West Ham in Ten Hag's final game, admitted United were more determined in this match than in previous games. The Portugal international also paid that he and his United teammates wanted to send a message amid all the upheaval. He said, I think it was the message that we wanted to send after a defeat and a tough week. That was the minimum that we could show for ourselves and for our fans. I think they have enjoyed tonight, and we did as well. We scored a lot of goals, some good goals, and it was a good night at Old Trafford. On United's clinical performance compared to against West Ham, Dalot added, I think that summarized a little bit of the season. We were creating enough to score and win games. The difference was we probably had a little bit more determination inside the final third, believing that we were going to score. I think there was confidence that we were going to score. I think Casemiro goal breaks a little bit of that. We scored some good goals, and overall, it was a good match. We still had 2 goals that we conceded that we should avoid, but overall, it was a good night for us, and we are through. Ruud van Nistelrooy delighted for Casemiro after his superb display versus Leicester City. Manchester United thrashed Leicester City in a 7-goal thriller to progress to the Carabao Cup quarter-final. Ruud van Nistelrooy took charge of his first Man United game as interim manager. His team scored 4 times in the first half, courtesy of goals for Casemiro 2, Bruno Fernandes 2, and Alejandro Garnacho. Leicester attempted a comeback, but Fernandes netted in the second half to secure United progression to the next round. Van Nistelrooy lauded Casemiro for being an example in the team. He said via journalist Stephen Railston, I was delighted for Casemiro, the way he's been training and helping the team, the club, it's such an example. I'm delighted to have him around and going through difficult moments. He got a lot of criticism after the Liverpool game. Casemiro had a brilliant outing and led the side from the front. He looked re-energized against West Ham United on Sunday and took his performance one step above. A clever dummy from Fernandes allowed Casemiro some space to fire a shot. He launched a glorious strike from 30 yards to find the top corner. It was a stunning shot and one that was needed to lift the spirits at Old Trafford. The midfielder added another to his goal tally with a close-range finish after his own header came back off the post. He twice came close to bagging his hat-trick but failed to hit the target. He also impressed with his top-level ball distribution. The Brazil international sent a ball over Diogo Dalot's head in the build-up to Garnacho's strike. The 32-year-old shone defensively, making 2 tackles and blocking 3 shots. Casemiro has faced heavy criticism after his horror display against Liverpool, but Van Nistelrooy's praise speaks volumes about his character. BBC journalist has already spotted something different Ruud van Nistelrooy is bringing to Man United dugout. Ruud van Nistelrooy's time in charge of Manchester United may only be very short, but the early signs show he is looking to make the most of it. The legendary Dutch striker has taken interim charge of the Red Devils following the departure of Erik ten Hag on Monday. Quite how long he will be at the wheel remains to be seen. United look almost certain to hire Sporting's Ruben Amorim as their new manager, but could face a delay as the Portuguese coach is required to work a notice period. Van Nistelrooy inherits a United team with just 4 wins from 13 competitive games this season. sitting 14th in the Premier League table and equidistant from the Champions League places and relegation zone, 7 points. Van Nistelrooy's first game in charge of United came in the League Cup at home to Leicester City. The Red Devils won this competition under Ten Hag 2 years ago and will be keen to do so again, especially with the Newcastle versus Chelsea and Tottenham versus Man City, meaning some big sides have been out. United took a 1-0 lead in the 15th minute thanks to a second goal in as many games from Brazilian midfielder Casemiro, who netted an excellent strike from distance. But even before then, BBC Sport journalist Simon Stone has spotted some boisterous behavior from Van Nistelrooy that suggests he wants to make every second in charge at Old Trafford count. He said, Ruud van Nistelrooy has already shown he is no respecter of technical area protocol. Manchester United's interim manager took a good couple of strides into Steve Cooper's zone to offer instruction, then nearly walked past the Leicester boss before being guided back by fourth official Michael. I think he is quite keen to win this game. Stan Collymore has strong views on Amorim's first impression. Ruben Amorim should soon be confirmed as the new Man United manager, and Stan Collymore has suggested what he needs to do to be a success at Old Trafford from the get-go. Collymore believes that he knows what Amorim needs to do be a success. He said, Ineos get a 1 or 2 out of 10 for not getting rid of Erik Ten Hag last June, but 10 out of 10 for actually doing it when it needed to be done is right now. I think that most people thought that when he got the contract extension, that meant that Ten Hag would get till the end of the season, that Ineos would then basically look at the situation and make a decision based on that, but the results and performance are more important. They have been so poor that making the decision now was absolutely the right thing to do. In terms of Ruben Amorim taking over, he is a guy that is well respected and well regarded as a coach, has a very defined way of playing like Klopp, Slot and Pep. My theory is that we are getting back to the days of an old-fashioned manager, not just a head coach that gets out on the training pitch, but someone who managed people. Erik Ten Hag had the ability to coach, but he wasn't a manager. You could tell he didn't have the respect or the charisma or the character to get people along the journey with him. He massively and painfully lacked that, to the point that at times you thought to yourself, is he deluded? What Manchester United need now is a manager. Unai Emery is a classic example. People say he is a really good coach and he's got a defined style of play, which he absolutely has. But you look at him and the way that the players talk about him. If Amorim is going to be successful, he has to gravitate back towards a situation that worked for over 100 years in association football. Be a manager that has coaching ability, be a man that has the belief, the spirit, the soul, the character, and the personality to bring your players along with you every step of the way. Let's see what he got. Man United considering alternative transfer as Alphonso Davies' wages too high. Manchester United are keen on Alphonso Davies as a potential transfer target, but it remains to be seen if they will be able to afford him, so may turn to Ben Chilwell instead, Cout Offside understands. Davies is facing an uncertain future at Bayern Munich as the likes of Man United, Real Madrid and Barcelona keep an eye on the Canada international as he edges closer to being a free agent. United also like Chelsea left-back Chilwell, however, and may turn to him as a more realistic and affordable option due to Davies demanding a contract worth as much as €12 million a year. Sources close to the situation have informed Cout Offside. The Red Devils spent big in the summer, bringing in the likes of Manuel Ugarte, Lenny Yoro, Matthias de Ligt, Joshua Zirkzee and Nusair Mizraoui in what ended up being a very busy window. That might not leave them with much wiggle room now as they continue to look for options to strengthen their squad with more depth clearly needed in the left-back spot. Luke Shaw's injury problems means it's surely time for Man United to make a change in that area of their squad, but is Chilwell really enough of an upgrade? Similarly to Shaw, Chilwell has had a lot of trouble staying fit in recent times and has subsequently fallen out of favour at Stamford Bridge. Is that really the caliber of player United need to take that step up to competing for the title again and playing in the Champions League? Davis may be expensive, but could also be worth paying that extra cost, or else he is surely only going to go and strengthen another major European club. Player sales could surely help United to afford Davis, who is one of the best in the world, on his day and probably pretty justified in asking for big wages. I will be uploading daily Man United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.